Ni kwamba mahojiano ya kuwatafuta makamishna wa tume ya uchaguzi nchini IEBC yanaendelea kwa sasa, na kwenye zoezi linalotarajiwa kukamilika hii leo, Stephen Kibet na Charles Kipyegoni kati ya wanaohojiwa leo, wakiwa kati ya watu 6 walioongezwa kwenye orodha ya mwisho ya kamati ya kuwasaili wanaotaka kujaza nafasi za kuhudumu kwenye tume ya IEBC iliyozua utata. Hebu tusikilize.
See, we can run an audit the way an audit was done on the register. We can still run an audit on the hardware and the network infrastructure to see those ones which can be maintained easily and can be reused in another election than starting all over again. But as we do this, as much as I know and I believe that resources should be used in a very prudent manner. Democracy is a very expensive process. When you look at it, like in IBC today, there are some polling stations which have got less than 10 people, but it cannot be closed because it is for public interest and for the good, common good, that those people have their rights, and they will get a full deployment of election officials, including security, just like any other stations which have got maybe thousands of voters. So, apart from the need to have to manage the election budget in technology, there is also the need to look at that democracy is exercised and is accessed by every Kenyan.
Thank you, Stephen, and all the best.
Thank you. Professor, please, ask some questions.
Thank you, Chair. Banangeno.
Yes, Professor.
Let's go ethical, because it's an issue in elections. Kindly outline the constitutional and statutory instruments that form the backbone of Kenya's integrity framework for public offices, and which of these are the most relevant for an IEBC commissioner? It's long, so I'll repeat. Kindly outline the constitutional and statutory instruments that form the backbone of Kenya's integrity framework for public offices. Which of these are most relevant for an IEBC commissioner?
One is the Chapter 6 on the Integrity Act, Leadership and Integrity, which define actually the qualification of anybody aspiring to enter to any office or of leadership in the country. We also have the ethics code, and I think Article 10 and Article 232, which talks about public service, code of ethics, that define how a public servant is supposed to conduct himself within the office and outside the office when managing public affairs, to the extent that the interest of the public comes first before the personal interest. IBC Act also will affect a commissioner, because there is a need to understand what are the roles of, or what are the functions or the mandate of a commission. You will be leading a commission, which you should know its mandate, and it is explained in the IBC Act. There is also Election Surveillance Act, which every commissioner will need to familiarize themselves so that they are able to understand when elections offences are made, or and so forth. So I think those are the ones that are very important.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Okay, Professor, do you have last two questions for the candidate?
Sure. Stephen Kibet Ngeno, in this last segment, through the chair, we usually ask high school questions, and we started from where your expertise is. And I think your forte is ICT.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, your main area, according to your...
Yes, it's ICT.
ICT.
Yes, sir.
The Kriegler Commission recommended, among other major reforms, the need to adopt technology in the election process to provide efficient, transparent, auditable, and credible results. Subsequently, election after election, there have been issues on technology, especially the result transmission system. And the Supreme Court has pronounced itself, including in the 2022 election. Having been an insider and now wanting to go back, especially on ICT, and having heard you that the 2013 commission had an ICT commissioner, and the subsequent one did not have an ICT commissioner. Based from where I've started, from Kriegler to Supreme Court to Ngeno, the expert on ICT, where is the problem and how will you resolve it?
In terms of technology, IBC technology, when we look at the history, the way I have explained from the referendum time 2013, when you look at it, the functionality has never been an issue in terms of technology. It has always been the lack of preparedness. Now, that can only be addressed by the Commission itself, having someone who can provide a strategic leadership on how to acquire ICT equipment, make sure it is tested well in advance, and the training, appropriate training is carried on. And training, appropriate recruitment of people who understand technology and train well to use the technology. If that is done, it is going to work. And I can give an example. In 2013, the technology failed at challenges during the election. But in the subsequent by-elections, because thereafter immediately we went to Makweni for the by-election of a Senate. And we took our own IBC staff who were trained to be the returning officers and handle election. And I can tell this panel that the election results came in by 9 p.m. 100% results transmission had happened. And yet we were using the same system that was problematic in Pomas. So it's all about preparation, early preparation, and that goes up to Treasury. If the Commission can get the necessary funding in advance, technology works and works very well.
Thank you. My last question. Name any 2 counties in Kenya that border the Republic of Uganda. Any 2 counties in Kenya that border the Republic of Uganda.
I know Busia and Kisumu.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bwana. We want to appreciate you for coming.